Have you ever gone on searches looking for a way to start your own home business that did not require any financial investment startup whatsoever? Well, congratulations! You just researched how to start your own pyramid scheme. Isn't that terrific? Stick around for a few minutes. I'm going to explain what I mean by that. I'm going to be very honest and forthcoming. Some of you may not like it, but some of you are going to be like, holy crap, Tom, I never thought about it that way before. I'm going to change how I look at that. So think about it logically for a second. If you're looking for a way to make some more money, get a home business because you want more control of your time and control of your life because you're sick and tired of being pushed around by your circumstances, and you're looking, well, what are the free ones out there? If it costs money, it must be a scam, must be a pyramid scheme if it costs money, so I'm not going to do it. I'm going to look for the free ones that are out there. Okay, so you're going to get into something that you don't want to pay for, but you're going to expect everyone else to get in and pay for. That's just unethical, immoral, evil, and it's a pyramid. It's one of the hallmarks of a pyramid scheme. So if you've never looked at it that way before, there you go. And this is very common, so don't beat yourself up or demonize yourself over it. I've looked at free stuff too, way back when, a long time ago, before I had a shift in my brain, big time. But that's a horrible way to be and a horrible way to live. But it's probably among the most common hypocrisies that almost everybody lives their life that way, and that's just the way that it is. So be one of the few that recognizes that and has the humility to see it and change that about yourself. All right, so the best way, organically, truthfully, and beautifully, the best way to build an online business or any business is to invest in the product, use the product, get results with the product, and let that inspire people to say, hey, that looks pretty good, that would be good for me, I'm going to try it. So then other people try it, they get results, they inspire others to try it, they get results, they inspire, and then the cycle of inspiration continues, and it perpetuates, and it builds, and it revs up, and it's beautiful that way. Instead of everybody trying to twist each other's arms and putting on their sales hat and convincing and talking people into doing things that they don't really want to do, then people asking people to do things that they're not willing to do themselves. I mean, just forget about the pyramid scheme of it. Just think about how unethical and immoral and actually how kind of evil that is. So I'm sure that makes a ton of sense. So as you're looking, because almost every single one of you out there wants something so that you can have control of your life. And for those of you that are denying that, then you're just flat out lying. Everybody wants control of their time, and almost the entire population is pushed around like a rag doll by their circumstances, by their job, by their money situation, by their lack of time freedom, and people are sick of it. That's like 49 out of 50 people fall into that category. There's very few people that have any time freedom. So we want a business. And a lot of us are looking for a free way to do it because if it costs money, it must be a scam. One of the biggest hypocrisies in our world today is how people look at that. That's kind of crazy. So be one of the few that has the humility to be consciously aware of it so that you can change how you look at that entirely. And not only accept that, okay, it's a good idea to get products so I can be proof the product works, but be eager for it. Be eager to pay fair price for value. And then as you get results, like I said earlier, it's an organic, beautiful way to build a business where you don't really feel like a salesperson because you're not out there selling people anything at all. You're simply living the life, the results of the product, and letting that be the inspiration for people. That's how I've been building my business since 2007 when I started. And then 2010 was the greatest recession since the Great Depression. Everybody lost that year in 2010, and since then, 2010 was the year I multiplied my income by over 700%. I got an online business, I invested in the product, I became proof the product works. That inspired people, which inspired people, which inspired people, which inspired people. That's how I do it, and that is the only way, the only moral way to do it, in my personal opinion. And if you would like to see what I'm doing, you knew this was coming, you knew it. If you'd like to see what I'm doing, it's a health and wellness product. If you want to look at it just because you're looking for a better way to get healthy, a happier, more fulfilled version of you, we can do that. If you want to focus on both the health aspect and a financial and a physical aspect and emotional and all those things, we can talk about that too. Just ask me about it and I will show you the results. And either, practicing what I'm preaching here, I'll show you the results I've gotten myself and other people that might be relatable to whatever your story is. And if that inspires you, great. Then that'll be the reason you decide to enroll in my deal, because you're inspired by actual results. And if it's not your thing, then go find something that is. But whatever you get into to take control of your life and your time, don't do it with a pyramid scheme mentality of, I'm just going to look for what's free, and if it costs money, then it must be a scam. Because that's just dumb. That's like replacing your critical faculties with dumbness. And there's a lot of that. So become consciously aware and don't do that anymore. All right? And I've got if you feel this video is worthy to share, please do. If you know someone who'd like this, pass it on to them. And I've got my website, as I was starting to say until I cut my own self off. It's fireyourboss.xyz, not .com, .xyz. Fireyourboss.xyz. And enjoy it. I will hear from those of you who would like to be inspired very soon. Reach out to me and I'll reach back to you. Bye for now.